Alright, we are live. This could be our final time playing Pendragon. Not ever, but this game of Pendragon. I think after this, unless someone requests I play another game, I'm going to move on to something else. Not because this game isn't engrossing, but just because there are other games that should be played too. And got to get back to the tournament. Maybe someone will want me to do something else. I don't know. No one's communicated about that. But that's okay. We will make choices if no one decides to help us make choices. Alright, so where are we at? We gotta shift back over. I think we did the Rising Seas last time. So now we're at Uther in the Owl's Raid. Uther is going to be the Dukes first. Now they can do a thing where they shift to military dominance. Transfer 5. Oh. Okay, so they can shift to military dominance if they take the event, which would be good for them. But then they'd have to remove a hill fort and a prosperity and transfer 5 Britain resources of wealth to Duke's resources. I mean, the Dukes aren't close to winning, even if they did get dominance. And they don't really want to lose the prosperity right now, because prosperity has already gone down all the way. This is kind of a question of whether or not they want to move towards fragmentation, whether Sarge wants to move towards fragmentation, or do they want to stick on the path that they're currently on. Seems like it would be hard to win with the standard way, which is, I need to be a little clearer. So if Britain has a cohesive political unit, that is, it's not just like barbarian kingdoms fighting each other. There's like a whole political entity, which first is Rome, and that's where we are at right now. It could fragment so that it's just like broken off from Rome, or they could become autonomous from Rome. And then further from that is fragmentation, where there are these barbarian kingdoms. If that each time we shift from those levels, from Roman rule to autonomy to fragmentation, the Duke's victory condition changes. All right. So, right up until they go to fragmentation, though, they always care about prosperity. Once they get to fragmentation, they no longer care about the prosperity in the kingdom. They just can care about control. They become like another barbarian kingdom, just trying to control land, and they also get their prestige on their side as well. And if we look at our prosperity track, I don't know if you can see that. Yeah, it's right in the corner there. It should be like you want it up over here, because here's where their goal is, right? Here's where their prosperity plus prestige is, and I think that's even in the wrong spot. That should be actually down 4 above where this is. So here, yeah. So they're so far away, it seems like Sarge might want to just shift to military dominance, socks the Ciwatatis in the nose by removing hill forts and prosperity. Forget about prosperity, just get some of their own resources in preparation for the fall. Because if they can keep the barbarians from winning, they're going to be heading towards the fragmentation of Britain, and they might as well be ready for that. So their other option would be to start striking against the barbarians. There's a lot of raiders on the map right now, but they don't have a lot of money with which to do that. A lot of Britain resources. Yeah, so I think they're going to go ahead and take the event. I think Sarge is going to take the event in preparation here for the destruction. So we're going to shift back to military dominance, which will maybe shut out the Ciwatatis' chance of victory, though it could shift back before victory is counted. But they're going to be taking some wealth from them right now. So if the Dukes can get some more prestige back, then that's really what they want to focus on. They're no longer caring about prosperity, I think. All right. Shift to military dominance. Select 3 regions with both a hill fort and cavalry. Each region remove 1 hill fort and 1 prosperity, and transfer 5 Britain resources or wealth. Okay, so do we have a lot of... Actually, we should probably consider this before we go through with the whole thing. Whether or not there are even places that have cavalry and hill forts. There are only 8 hill forts on the map. There's no cavalry here. There's no cavalry here. That's 2. No cavalry here. 3. No cavalry there. 4, 5, 6, 7. Where's the final one? That's less exciting if they don't have that. Okay, we're not going to do the event. Now, what's the negative event in the Duke's eyes? Shift to civilian dominance, drop prestige by 5. In any one region, replace all Duke's pieces with corresponding Ciutatati's pieces. Yeah, so he doesn't want the Ciutatati's to do that either. So he's going to take the command, no special activity. Just try to get his prestige up by knocking out some raiders. Then he's going to leave the Ciutatati's with no money. So he's still going to kind of go the same way. I think he needs to move towards fragmentation and being ready for that. So still having prestige will be good. He just needs to be above 17 with prestige plus control. So if he can get control of some spaces, and he will in fragmentation have control of some spaces even right now. So, all right. So intercept is what he's looking at. 2 per origin space. So now, do you intercept against both factions? I think just one faction. Move cavalry in a red from adjacent spaces with friendly control to raiders at friendly control. Battle raiders faction. So one faction. So I think he could actually have like 2 separate things going here. He could do 1 origin space and go against both factions there. Is what I'm thinking. Okay, so first the I guess he has to decide all the places he wants to do it first, probably. We'll pick this as an origin space. Can go into Londinium. Pick this as an origin space. That's less compelling though because it's the fens. So let's see, we're only going to get to pick 4 spaces to be origin spaces. So we want to try to battle raiders that are not in the fens. And really what he's going for is just defeating raiders so that he can get some prestige. That's really what this is about right now. It's not so much about getting the prosperity back. So he'll probably just keep the whatever prosperity he gets. These guys are going to lose out. He doesn't want to get any casualties either because some of those will be gone for the rest of the game. So the grass spaces that we're working on, or the spaces that we don't have to worry about them evading, are here and Londinium here. And he doesn't want to take from places where I think he'll go ahead and go from just doesn't have a lot of people. Are they going to pick people up? I think you have to pay for each. No. Okay. I don't think you get to pick people up. We'll leave that. This town, I think, should be there. Thinking. See, that's dangerous right there. But they have the ability. What's their ability? Sorties. Yeah, so they can charge and then go into their town. So that's kind of compelling to do it in places like even here. He could kill like 4 raiders, go back into town, no big deal. They can't strike back against him unless I don't think they can even ambush there. So let's go ahead and go here. He's not going to take any get any prosperity back, but he will knock out some raiders, which is all he's looking to do. Oh, this is a good one. We'll send the guy from here. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4. We're good. That's all we can afford. Take that down to 0. Okay, so first here, we're going to see if the Saxons evade combat. They need to get a 6. So he's just trying to fight them not in their home terrain, because they have a 50-50 chance of evading in their home terrain, and that's just kind of kind of could potentially be a waste of time. The Saxons don't invade, so they're gone. Here he's going to make a name for himself. He gets a prestige for doing that. He's going to keep that money. Let's use the color appropriate die for the Scotty evasion. Oh, is there another Saxon here? There is. Alright, and let me see. I wonder if you can battle with units more than once per turn. I'm not going to look it up. So you killed 2 of those guys. This guy could strike back, but it wouldn't do anything. Actually, you know what? We're going to assume they can only battle once, and they battle as a whole. So he takes this guy out too. And that's that. So he's not going to get 2 for 1 there. That just feels a little wrong to me. There's probably, if I looked it up, it would say you can't do that. It's just my assumption. Sometimes you got to do that for the sake of time. You can't look up every little thing always. Sometimes you can. Just kind of depends what you're doing. This music certainly propels me forward. This is called Letter from Mongolia, the album. I don't know what this particular track is called. I can find out. It's called Clans of Mongolia. There we go. All right. Same process here. We're going to see if the... I should actually make sure they can take both of the plunder. They distribute half. They only get half the plunder. Okay. Here. They don't evade. They're gone. Raiders are very weak fighters. If they don't manage to evade, most of the time they're gone. They're worth like half a person in field battle, and the cavalry, they get to strike before they do. So they can hit them before the Raiders even get to strike back. And if they couldn't, they could just go into their fort, because he has that special capability. Alright, up here we're going to see if these Scotty evade. Nope. Almost, they got a 5. That's close. So, there's some Scotty. He's just doing this for the prestige. I think I missed one. 2, 3. That's where we should be. Yeah. And then finally, where's the last one at? Oh yeah, Londinium. So it's going to move up here. Again, I don't think they can even try to evade in town, in a city, actually. Oh, he only kills 2. Now they can strike back, hit him for half a point, but that's not enough to kill him, so he just stays there. Takes the hit. That's going to be another prestige. So, you know, if the fall should happen, if we should go to fragmentation, the Dukes will actually be in a much better position than they are now, because they'll control like this spot. That'll be another. Right now they're at 8 prestige. They need to get to 17, so they need 9 more in control or prestige. They control this spot, that's 3, 5. They don't control here. They control here, 6. They control here, 8. See, they're almost there. They'd almost be there. Not quite, I don't think. I that was a quick count, though, so I don't know. Oh, gosh, you know what? I did not have to... I keep forgetting about the dragon holding pen. This guy didn't have to move. We'll just leave that there. They just are sitting with a bunch of money. Okay, what do the Siwatatis want to do? They probably want to pass. Because there is a chance that the Scotty are going to take the event on this next card. So Bonza will pass. Plus she has no money to do anything anyway, so she kind of has to pass. And can't take the event. Nial's Road. Culturation is next. Okay, Nial's Road. Raid. Nial's Raid. And that's the same one as, remember if you were watching us last time, Nial no Gielaush. this is probably the same Niall. Should we read about Niall? Let's find out, because this is someone who's come up twice. This Niall. Who's Niall? Let's look at card 55 in our playbook here. There are consistent traditions that the semi-legendary High King of Ireland, Niall no Gialash, led major raids against Britain, and possibly even Brittany and Gaul, sailing the Channel in search of richer pickings than on the harsh shores of the Irish Sea. He is also said to have found his death, probably sometime between the late 4th and mid-5th centuries AD, during one of these raids. Traditionally by the arrow of a personal enemy from Leinster, though there is also a Breton tradition that a great Irish fleet was wrecked during storm on the unforgiving western approaches of Brittany. So, here we have the two things that means. Either storms, place Niall's raid at 1C. Until Epoch, reduce raids from there by -3 raiders each space after patrol. Not too exciting. We're getting close to the Epoch. I don't think that's going to matter a ton, and they can always just raid from their settlements. So, though I guess that could be Saxon as well, but the Saxons also have a settlement. During Daring King, Scotty may raid from Oceanus Britannicus, which is down here. Probably not going to take the event. They're also first on the next card, but we don't know. Let's take a look at our stacks here. So here we got 8 cards there. The last Epoch was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. 11 cards. So you might not have that many more chances to act. It kind of seems like it's good to move now. And gosh, you are close. You're very close. You lost a lot of people from the Duke's activities, but you still might be able to. You want to return and settle. Now, let's look at the next card, though. Acculturation. Federati merge with host culture. In one region with Britain control, replace all Federati. Okay, replaces Federati with the pieces of the Ciuitatis. Britons adopt barbarian culture in one region with both Federati and Ciuitatis strongholds. Free one nation of Federati markers and replace all Ciuitatis strongholds and troops with corresponding pieces of their nation. I think the Scotty are just going to act. They're not going to worry about anything else. They're going to just do command plus feat. I think Doc wants to get this business done. He wants to take the trophy that I'm not going to give him and get a lot of respect from his friends. Let's close this thing real quick. Okay. Yeah. All right. So they can return and settle. I think that's what he wants to do. Let's look at settle, because that's going to be what's important. The return is going to get him the renown he needs to be in the victory zone. The settle may or may not, because it's based on a chance. Unless he just settles here. One space with Scotty pieces outnumbering all others. If at or adjacent to returning raiders. Okay, so he's got some returning raiders adjacent to there. And he's already got a bunch of warbands, so he can... then if desired, either pay 3 renown or place one Scotty to place one Scotty. Scotty control. Yeah. Okay, so he just needs to get 7 renown, and he can get his final forward on the map. So let's go ahead and do some returns first. I think he wants to be safe. He wants to go ahead and do it down there. Do his settlement. So that's 2. I don't know why I say if he gets 4. He's going to get 4. That's not what's it. Getting all the renown. People are singing about Doc at home. 3 for sure, so we'll go ahead and take that into account right now. And I guess he only gets to roll twice, because he only had 2 adjacent to this spot. So that's where he would like to get... nope, no new warbands there, but he can still pay 3, which we already paid. Look at the wrong page. Replace 2 Scotty warbands. With a settlement. Now, he's got his eggs all in a couple very, like, not too well defended baskets here. Just right here. All his settlements are right there. So it wouldn't be too hard if the dupes get their business together to take him down. But will there be time? I don't know. Okay, so now we're going to go to the Ciuitatis. They're going to pass so that they can work on the next card. The event's not that exciting, as I said, in this context. You know, they're all situational. Sometimes they can be great. Sometimes they're not so great. I think the Saxons are going to pass as well, so that they can possibly take the event on the next card. It's not a bad one. Culturation. Oh! We got the Epoch. That is going to be the game, right? That is definitely going to be the game because the Scotty just went over their victory marker. Good thing that Doc didn't pass. Now, he just kind of snuck up there, didn't he? Let's go through the process and make sure we got that right, but it's looking like that's it. Okay. Annona. They have to pay some money to the Saxons. I guess we'll go ahead and do it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 5. They almost didn't have enough, then they would have rebelled. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, hoarding. Yeah, none of this is going to matter, because we're at victory right now. And the Scotty have met their victory condition. That went faster than I thought. Faster stream than I thought today. So, big congratulations to Doc. He was down for most of the game, and then he just kind of crept back up there. Everyone else was just kind of falling apart. Really fun game. I'm probably going to play Innovation next for the Real People Multi-Game Solitaire Mega Tournament, unless someone has a suggestion. I may be even open to playing this again, but I'm probably going to put it away, just so that I can continue on with the tournament. That's kind of the trajectory I'm assuming, unless someone wants to see something else, even more Pendragon, I would be down with, because it is super fun game. I know I haven't really been doing it justice, but trust me, it's really interesting to go through. I think still right now, I've played maybe 3 or 4 games solitaire, not very long games because I'm not very good, so they end a little faster then. If you're a better player, I think you can like shut out the other people's attempts to win better, even if you're kind of playing them all. I still am not. I'm still making a lot of mistakes, like neglecting things. There's a lot of moving parts, and definitely not playing optimally. But all right. So I look forward to doing something else again soon. Maybe today, because it is President's Day. I've got a little bit extra time, so that's good. All right. Thanks for enjoying this with me, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.